Hello friend, in this video we are going to talk about few of the important questions that is frequently asked in DevOps interview questions. So this is totally related to Linux related interview questions. And first question is, what is the difference between df and du commands? Okay, so when we are going to check the disk space uses of any file related things, what we are doing frequently, we are hitting the df-h command. You can see here df-h, whatever file system we have, so we can check the all the details related to the file system. And du command, what we are using, du-sh. H is for human readable form. So here we are checking like what is the disk space. Okay, so in that form we are using the disk is uses, we are using in such a way like du-sh and that file name, so it will be show the file detail. So in my case I have only one file, devops interview.md file. You can see here the file size is around 12 kb. Okay, let me show you du-sh, that file name, so it will be show you like this is kb. So whenever we are creating any directory, okay, what is happening, some hidden file or directory has been created, so that store the metadata of that file. That is why that file size is, that folder size is 12 kb and the file size is 8 kb. Okay, and uh, whenever in real time world, while troubleshooting a server running out of a space, we are frequently using df and du commands to check the file and directory uses. Okay, and next question is, how do you check the memory and cpu uses in linux operating system? So frequently we are using free hyphen h command. Okay, free hyphen m for checking the memory. Okay, and we are using top command and h top command. Okay, you can see here, with the help of top command you can see the how many tasks are running cpu, how much cpu they are consuming memory, and Jombia process, what is the load size. Okay, and which task is utilizing how much memory and cpu, all the things we can check. We have one more command. That command is like h top command. If you don't have installed the stop command, you have to install in your operating system. Then you can check like it will be so in a very fancy dashboard, like how much memory it is utilizing, how many cores you have, and what is the percentage uses of that core cpu. Okay, so top, htop, free hyphen m, and vm state, these are the commands we are using in real time world. Okay, very frequently. And third question is, explain the purpose of the /etc step file. So in linux we are mounting our disk with the help of like mount command, and there are two type of mounts are there, like one is the temporary mount, and second one is the permanent mount. So while mounting any file, what we are doing, we are making entry in fs tab file. Okay, you can see here we have made the entry of our whatever hard disk we have added, or ssd we have added in our system. We are making entry so that at the time of reboot, that file system will not be disappeared. Okay, so we are doing the permanent mount. If you are not mounting permanently any disk, so that entry is stored in slash etc m tab. Inside the m tab, these are the temporary mount things are there. Once we will reboot our system, these will be gone. Okay, so this is the two type of mounting things are there in linux operating system. Whenever interviewer is asking, we can explain this, because he asked about only about the etcfs tab. But if you are explaining the m tab as well, so that he will be aware. In case of uh, cloud environment, suppose you are using aws cloud and you have created one ec2 instance In such a case, what we are doing, we are creating one EVS volume, and that EVS volume we are mounting in some point to a folder, okay, where we can access all the all the data inside that EVS volume we have. Okay, so that entry we are making in FS tab. Okay, and one more command is there related to this only, that is find mnt. Okay, what it will show, whatever file system you have mounted. Okay, you can see here the target and source and file system, what kind of file system we are using, and what are the file permissions are there. Those things we can check via the find mnt command. Okay, let's go to the next question. Next question is, how do you find the specific string in a file using the Linux command? Suppose let's talk about the real-time example. Suppose you deployed any application on EC2 instance, and there is some env file or configuration file is there. Someone is asking, can you check what is the uh, database endpoint or username or password is there? So how you can search with the help of grep command? You can search, okay, the string grep and that string name, and whatever file you are going to search inside that, you can with the help of pipe symbol also you can pass those strings. Okay, and next question is what is the difference between hard link and soft link? So link is nothing but pointing any file to different location, that is called a link. So there are two types of link are available in Linux: hard link and soft link. Hard link point directly to the inode and work even if the original files is deleted. Means in hard link it is storing your data on both places, means your link folder as well and your original folder. But in case of soft link, what it will do, it will be store your data in source location, but your link or soft link will be only for reference purpose. Whenever you will open a file or go to that directory, the the original file will be modified or read from the source only. Okay, it will not store on both places. So that is the huge case. So sometimes what we are doing in real time experience, soft link are used for version configuration files, such as linking the /etc nginx any configuration file. If you have, suppose you are running Apache configuration, Apache server or nginx web servers, so those configuration you can version, and you can create the links. Okay, and uh, some questions, interview real time interview questions are there related to process and monitoring the system. How do you view the running processes in Linux? For checking the running processes, what you can do, ps-aux, it will be user specific processes that is running, it will be sourced. And with the help of top and stop command also we can check. This is very useful command, ps-aux. Okay, it will be show whatever user related is there na. Okay, you can see Ankita and data. Okay, you can specify the username as well. If you want to see the any specific user processes, it will be show. But here I didn't specify the username, so that it is showing all the users processes which are running inside this on top of this system. Okay, so and with the help of top and stop command also you can see the processes in real time. It is very important. Suppose you want to check what is the process id of your uh, uh, suppose you are running any MySQL uh, extend grep. Suppose you want to check the MySQL related services. You can see here MySQL service is running on this is the process id of the MySQL. Similar way you can check the process id of nginx. If nginx is running, see nginx is also running, so you can see the whatever nginx process is running, you can check via this command. This is very handy command. If you are working in your environment, might be you guys are using this command. Okay, so for killing any process, what we are doing, we are using the kill command, or pkill, and process name you can pass, and by helping the kill and process id. So what we are doing, with the help of ph command, we are getting the process id. See, this is the process id, okay, which we are passing while killing the process. Okay, in real time, suppose your system got struck, you are not able to restart, or some problem you are facing, and you want to kill this process. So similarly, what you can do, you can kill that process with the help of kill command. Okay, and while passing the process id. And next question is, what is the purpose of nice and renice command? uh, like nice command is used for like start the processes with a specific priority. In linux, there are multiple priority are there. Whatever processes we are running, our operating system is defining some priority. Based on that, they are executing the task. Okay, in same way, if you want to change the process priority of your running process, you can use the renice command. And nice command is to set the for to start the process with the specific priority. Okay, and during the heavy CI/CD pipelines are uh, lower priority of the resource intensive build, using renice command, we can allocate some priority based mm, process things. Okay, so next question is, explain the use of top and stop command. As I shown you guys, like top and stop command is very useful command. With the help of that, you can see the memory, cpu, and how many tasks are running, how many sleeping process are there, and stop and zombie process are there. All those things you can see with the help of top command. How much load is there, average load you can see here. And whatever processes are running specific to, like you can see mysql d is running. Okay, and this is the process id and how much resource it is consuming. You all the things you can monitor via the top command. It is very useful command. And if you're talking about the stop command is the advanced version of the top command, where you can see the fancy dashboard and more clear dashboard things. Okay, with the help of stop command. So in real time world, both command we are using on a frequently basis, based on the requirement, and for analyzing the processes during the production incident. If any issue is coming, suppose your server is running very slow and you want to troubleshoot those things, then how you will troubleshoot? With the help of stop command or top command, you will check like which process is consuming how much cpu or memory. Based on that, you can see like if is there any if your server is or your application is behaving normal or not. If it is not normal, then you have to take the log, you have to check the logs and see the what kind of activities is happening. Based on that, you can take the action. If you want to kill or restart the process, with the help of ph like kill command, you can kill the process. But whatever decision we are taking, suppose if it is dev environment or stage environment, in such a case we can take the decision. But if it is the production environment, we have to inform to the uh, relevant stakeholders, then we can take the action. Okay, so next category is networking related commands that frequently asked in any interview. If you are facing for the, if you are appearing for the DevOps or SRE or platform engineering related things. So how do you check the which port are open on Linux operating system? Then for checking the port, what you can do, netstate command you can use. Okay, netstate hyphen uh, lntu is there. Okay, with the help of that, you can check what are the like what are the ports are open. Okay, and if your service is running, so after running the service, we are checking like if this port is running, means our service is running, otherwise it is in a stop state. You can see here we are running the like redis. Okay, in memory cache, and the redis port is 6379. And you can see here this port is showing here, and you can see 3306 is also there, and we are running the ELK. So 9200 and 9300, these ports are also, you can see here. Okay, so these things we can check in netisted command. These are the troubleshooting commands, real-time troubleshooting command. Everyone should know. Okay, and what is the difference between curl and wget command? This is also a very important question. Okay, um, many interviewers ask this kind of questions, because in our Windows operating system, what we are doing, we are going to browser and directly downloading any packages. But here, for downloading any packages, suppose you are using any Linux related, if you are going to install any Linux packages with the help of RPM or in command, and you are downloading that package from third party providers, then what you can do, you can download via the wget command. Suppose you have some file in S3 bucket, and from S3 bucket you want to download that file. If that uh, if you have access of that S3 bucket, or that S3 object is public, then you can wget command, and that URL of that object you can pass and download those things in on your local server. Okay, and curl command is used for fetches the content from the URLs, and it supports APIs as well. Okay, so this is also a very important uh, command to 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 download or check the response of any API. Okay, so next command is also related to troubleshooting. How do you troubleshoot the network connectivity using Linux tool like ping, uh, traceroute, and netstate? So ping command, what we are doing, simply for checking the internet connectivity, what we are doing, ping google.com, so that we can see our traffic is going outside, talking to internet or not. In such a case, we are using the ping command to check the connectivity. Okay, and let me control C, and trace route is shows the route packets taken to a host, and net state is, as I mentioned, like net state displays the network connections, like which port is open, and for which network it is open. Those things you can check with the help of net state command. And one more command is very important. We are using the telnet command, and the host, like IP. Okay, and followed by the port number we are passing. Suppose you are trying to do the SCP from one server to another server, and both are not able to communicate via the SSH port like 2022. So how you will check the connectivity? Suppose your application is running on top of this server, and your database is on RDS, and how you will make the connect, how you will check your if your application server is able to communicate with your data server or not. In such a case, we are checking with the help of telnet command, and that host of our endpoint of your RDS instance, directly you can pass, instead of passing the IP address. Okay, and followed by the port number like 3306, so that if telnet is working, means that port is open for your server, so that they can communicate. uh, okay, so this is also a very important command in real time world. So explain how do you configure a static IP in a Linux. So previously, whenever we are using virtualization or on-prem data center, in such a case we were configuring the IP address to each and every machine. Okay, but nowadays is now the days is the cloud days. So what we are doing, directly we are assigning the elastic IP to our EC2 instance. Then by default your operating system will take that IP, okay, for communicating outside the world. So simply, if anyone is asking, if you don't know this command, then simply you can say, in our whole infra is running on top of EC2 instance, so we are not configuring the IP address. Directly we are creating one, we are allocating one elastic IP, and that elastic IP we are attaching to any EC2 instance. Okay. And let's talk about some file system and permission related interview questions. That is very important questions. What are the different type of permissions in Linux? I think everyone knows. And how do you change them? So permissions, there are three types of permissions are available: read, write, and execute. If you're talking in short form, R, W, and X. And if you're talking in number, 4, 2, 1. These are the permissions. And for changing the permissions, how we are changing? We are changing with the help of chmod command, like chmod, and that permission, like 775. If you want to give a whole permission, like read, write, and execute, the whole number will be 4, 2, and 1. That will be the 7. Okay. And maximum permission, what we can see, what we can give, 77777. Okay. Means first one is the user, second one is the group, third one is the others. So whatever your requirement is there, based on that you can put the number. This is also important command. uh, yeah, I mentioned one real-time example. Suppose whenever we are creating our what we can say, IDRSA key, okay, to configure the Linux server to give the access to anyone. So the SSH folder should be very secure. In such a case, what we are giving the 602 folder, and whatever file we have, that we are making sure that should have like 400 something kind of permissions. Based on that it will work. And how do you use the chmod, chown, and ch group command? Chmod is, as discussed previously, chmod is to change the permissions of the file, chown is to change the ownership of the file, and chrgp is the change for the group ownership of the file. So in that way, using these commands, you can change the ownership, permissions, and group ownership related things with the help of these commands. How do you mount and unmount a file system in Linux? In Linux, there are two type of mount, as we discussed in previous question. Like /etcfs tab is the entry. Like with the help of mount command, mount, what to mount, where to mount. This is the way. Okay, in that way you can do it. Let me show you df-h. You can see here. Uh, this is our mount. This is our disk. Okay, this is the size, and what we are doing, we mount it over here. Okay. And lsblk is also command. Suppose if it is not mounted, uh, one second, lsblk. Yeah, you can see if your system is if your disk is not mounted, you can see unmounted disk over here, and you can with the help of mount command you can mount those disk. Okay, and make the entry in /etcfs tab. Okay, so mount, what to mount means which disk you want to mount, and where to mount, that folder name you can provide. And for unmounting purpose, umount is the command, and whatever mount point you defined at the time of mounting, you can pass over there. It will be unmount your file system. Okay, it is also a very important command. So next command is next question is related to scripting. Write a script to check if given service is running or not. Okay, service could be anything, means if service could be anything means it is variable. Okay, so what we are doing, we are defining one variable like service, and we are passing here nginx, and we are checking if our service is running, check the status of service, and print with the help of echo command. Echo service means nginx is running. If it is not running, then what it will do, it will be go to else loop, uh, else condition, and it will be print service is not running, and it will be close the if else block. Okay, with the help of that you can check the health of your services. uh, Services in the sense, like for running the web server, we are running the Nginx, Apache, and for running the Ansible, we are using the we are installing the Ansible and Docker. Okay, so these are the services. With the help of status system CTL or service command, we are checking the status, right? So those things we can monitor with the help of this shell script. This is the small shell script. Okay, how do you schedule a job using the cron and act? So cron type is the file where we are we are defining our job. Okay, job is nothing but a particular time interval. If you want to perform any task and that task you want to automate each and every time, you don't want to run those tasks manually, so what you can do, you can set the cron tab. Okay, make the entry in cron tab like a day, time, and year or month, and you can pass the script. At that time, what your operating system will do, what your cron will do, it will be run based on whatever time you are defining, and whatever script you are defining, that script it will be run as you mentioned time. Okay, and add is also used for same way. Okay, scheduling the daily log rotation scripting using the cron tab. Okay, if anyone is asking in AWS cloud, if I want to run any job, then how I can run? Similar way, in operating system we are using cron and add, but in AWS cloud we are using event breeze. With the help of event breeze, we are scheduling our lambda or EC2 instance, whatever task you want to perform. With the help of that, you can perform. And with the help of SNS, what we are doing, we are triggering some notification. Once this job has been completed, just send the notification to user, yeah, this job has been completed, or run successfully. Okay. And next question is, what is the difference between BIOS and SH? BIOS and SSH both are the cell that is available in Linux operating system. BIOS is the advanced and supports scripting features like array and function, and SSH is the basic cell, more portable but less features. It having very less features. BIOS having the advanced features. This, but both are the cell. Okay, which we are using. Cell is nothing but in terminal, whatever command we are running. Okay, this is kind of cell. And if I am going to check what is the cell, you can see currently I am using bash cell. Okay, and while writing the cell script, we are writing the cbang statement in first line itself. Okay, so we are defining in that way, we are defining like which cell it will be choose to perform this cell script task. Okay, and next question is question number 20 is, explain the use of environment variable in Linux. So environment variable, you can see echo dollar and cell is the environment variable. Okay, which is printing the output, and echo to print anything. Okay, any variable value you can use this. And like path, home, these are the variables. And for passing any variables, what we are doing, suppose I am defining name equals to AJEET. Okay, and echo dollars. I think I'm doing some mistake. Let me correct it. Yeah, you can see here. First of all, I declared one variable like name equals to Ajit, and with the help of echo command, I am printing that variable value. Okay, in that way, in most of the cases when we are writing the shell script, that way, that in that place we are using these variables, environment variables. Next question is related to security. Okay, what is the SE Linux and how does it works? SE Linux is the security mechanism that enforce the access control policies. Okay, it's operate in multiple mode like enforcing, permissive, and disable. Disable is nothing but you are disabling or completely shutting down your SE Linux and permissive info and enforcing two are also there. So disable the SC Linux temporarily during the troubleshooting of the permission denied or error in web server. Sometimes what is happening, suppose you are running any web application like Apache or Nginx, and you have source code in PHP or Python or some other languages, and content is not displaying. Might be you didn't allow your Apache or Nginx service in SE Linux, so it is not uh, allowing to read the content. That is enforcing the permissions. Okay, how do you secure the SSH access of your Linux server? So suppose you have the Linux server, in two way you can access your server. First one is the with the help of username and password you can do it. Second one is the with the help of SSH key based authentication we are using. And key based authentication is very like a secure way. You can disable the root login and change the default port. Suppose you are using SSH port, you can change the uh, SSH port as well in SSH config file. Okay, and you can restart the service. But you should have make sure like while doing the SSH you have to define the port. Then it will be know like yeah, in which port I have to connect. What is the purpose of IP tables or firewall D? IP tables and firewall D, uh, these are the uh, managed firewall rules to control the network traffic like inbound and outbound traffic at the OS level. So nowadays what we are doing, we are not defining any IP tables or firewall D, because we have the virtual firewall in EC2 instance level. We are in security group, we are controlling the inbound and outbound rules. Okay, and if you want to control the traffic, we are using at the NECL level. Okay, next question is like explain how to set up and manage the user accounts and group in Linux. So there are multiple commands are there to manage the users and group, like with the help of add user or user mod or group add command is there. Okay, with the help of that, user mod is to modify the user details. And there are two files are there, uh, cat slash home Ankita and etc password, I think, slash etc password file is there. Yeah, this is the file. This is the file which store all the information related to users, group, and permissions, by default permissions, everything, and which cell it will be, it can log in. All these details stored in slash etc password file. And one more file is there that is related to group. Okay, so which contain which collect all the information related to that. Suppose you don't want to add the user with the help of add user command, then directly you can make the entry inside this. You can do that. So this is the user ID, this is the group ID, this is the home directory of that file, and this is the cell, by default cell, which cell it will be used. Those things you can define over here. And some DevOps related specific questions are also there, that is very important, like how do you configure a Linux server for continuous integration or deployment. For continuous integration and deployment, we have some open source tool like Jenkins. With the help of Jenkins, what you can do, you can install the Jenkins on top of EC2 instance or your Linux server, and you can set up your pipeline. And second one is the for creating the build for CI, continuous integration. You can use some build tool, like suppose you are using any Java based application, you can use the Maven or Ant or something. Okay, to making the build. For deployment, you can use the Jenkins. Suppose you want to do the some configuration related things via the pipeline itself, so what you can do, you can install the Ansible on top of same server, and you can use the Ansible playbook from that server, and access your remote servers. okay, and do the configuration based on your requirement. How do you troubleshoot the disk space related issues on CI/CD server? So in the first question we faced, like du command, du-sh, that path you can identify the large file or directory, and based on the uses you can clean up your disk space, so that it you can clean up the spaces. Suppose you are not able to clean up the space, or if you are not able to identify which file I should keep, in such a case what you can do, you can increase the disk space. You, purely based on your requirement, you can take the decision. Okay, and next question is, what is the significance of var log in Linux? Var log directory is very important directory which stores the system and applications log inside that. Suppose you are using Apache or Nginx related web server or based applications, so the by default path will be /var log http d. Inside that, SSL log, error log, access log, everything will be stored. Means system and application related log store inside the /var log directory. How do you secure the sensitive configuration file in Linux? So for securing the security sensitive data, what we are doing some encryptions. Okay, you can do the file encryption, and second one is you can change the file permissions based on the requirement. You can give the specific user or group to access or modify those files. Okay, in such a way you can you can you can you can secure the sensitive configuration. These are the interview questions which I faced in my previous interviews, so I thought should I should make the video. Okay, in next section I will try to share some more interview related questions. Okay, thank you guys, thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please subscribe my channel and do like if you like my video. Thank you so much.